small little review for you guys. As of August 17th, 18th maybe, that was the first day I uploaded my first YouTube video, so I've been on YouTube for a year now. How awesome is that? It's crazy, right? I want to first of all thank all of you for your support. You guys are awesome and I really appreciate it. Secondly, I wanted to give you a review over this. Now I know there's a lot of camera reviews out there. There's a lot of, oh, you should get this camera to start YouTube, you should get this camera. This is the best camera to start YouTube. I'm not saying this is the best camera to start YouTube. However, this is the camera I started YouTube with, and it has been great. It has been an awesome camera, and it had all the functionality that I wanted at a price I could afford. So, let's get started. Alright, so the camera is an Olympus Tough TG-860. The camera itself was $250. I believe they have a newer model of it now. Now, when I first started looking for a camera, this is what I was looking for. I wanted something that was going to be durable, tough, something that didn't have that lens that shot out at me, because I hated that, the fact that was going to come out closer to my face, and that was what it used to focus on, so I wanted something with a stationary focus. Not that really made a difference with the quality or anything like that. This camera does shoot in 1080p at 60 frames per second, so there's another thing a lot of people are looking for, especially when you go into like slow motion and everything, that 60 frames per second. So this camera does it, and it does it very well. Most of the time using the camera, I always stuck it in the sport mode. I'll kind of give you a rundown of the camera after I'm all done talking about how I felt about the camera. Camera itself, waterproof, shockproof. It says right here, waterproof up to 50 feet, shockproof up to 7 feet. Now a lot of people buy the GoPros as well. GoPro's waterproof. I don't know the specs on a GoPro. I don't have one myself. I know a lot of people buy them because of their durability and because they're waterproof. I still use this camera even though I use the SLR that I got setting up here. This camera is definitely an awesome vlogging camera. It's thin enough to fit in your pocket and carry around. Another thing I wanted to make sure of that I got and was able to have for vlogging was this. The flip up screen. This is super important, especially when you're vlogging. That way you can actually see that you're in frame, because if not, it's going to look kind of silly if your head's like this and you're talking to everybody, am I right? So that was definitely a must. The other thing I wanted to point out was the fact that a lot of people get the, what is it, the G7, the Canon G7 something? I don't know the exact model, but I know it's G7. It's a very popular one, very great camera. Not dissing it at all. Awesome camera, a lot of people use it, but it is super expensive. To actually ask somebody to start out with that camera it's just crazy. I mean, that's super expensive. It's like $700, something like that. What this camera, I believe, has over the G7. The G7 has that, like I was saying, that extending focal on the front of it, right here in the center. So if you're looking at this right here in the center, people can tell you're looking at that, or at the screen, or you're looking at the screen instead of looking at that. Where this thing shines is the actual focal is non-moving. It's up here, close to the screen. So even if I was looking at the screen, most of the time you couldn't tell. Actually, I don't think you could tell at all. This has been a great camera, and I'll give you guys a run through on it real quick. Alright, so the camera itself, really awesome, right? The camera itself has got all these little functions here, but mainly the one I used was the sport function right there. As you can see, guys, I've been using this thing. There used to be a pad right there. It kind of fell off. Doesn't affect the camera at all. Doesn't affect its, it being waterproof or anything like that. Flip up screen, flips all the way up. So as you can see, you can look right at yourself. Actually, let's do that real quick. You look right at yourself and it not be a problem. So there is no way of knowing from the lens here and the screen being so close that you're actually looking at the screen. If you have a habit of doing so, or you're just starting out, that definitely is a habit. It's something you'll want to break quick, but it's very helpful starting out. So like I said, it does record in 1080p at 60 frames per second. You can change this. You can go over and change anything, the settings you want to change on it. I believe it'll go down to like 30 or 20 or something like that. But yeah, the camera has been awesome, guys. It's a really good camera to start out with. I would definitely give it a thumbs up. There was one mishap whenever I first got it. That was actually the screen went out, but Olympus was awesome. I sent the camera out, had it repaired. They had it back to me in a week, so that was pretty cool. Definitely give this camera a try. Take a look at it at least. Review it yourselves. If you don't like it, you can always send it back. Amazon, right? Amazon Prime. Check it out. Send it back if you need to. A couple other quick little things though. It does have Wi-Fi on it, so if you do take a picture and you want to send it over to your phone real quick, the application that you use on your phone is actually relatively good. It's quick. It works well. Sends over video and photos, so that's pretty cool. For anything you can think of as far as Instagram or your Twitter or anything like that, if you want to send it directly over to your phone as soon as you take the picture, this thing works great. Yep, it's the Olympus Tough TG-860. Like I said, I believe they have a newer version of it. I think it also goes by Stylus, is what it says on the bottom of the screen here. It's another way to look it up. Mostly the TG-860 is like what I found it on to be the most. That's it, guys. That's the camera I used for almost the entire year, right before Father's Day when I got the camera I'm using now. But it's been great, guys. Take a look at it, check it out, let me know what you think. That's it for now. That's it for the review. Make sure to like the video if you like the video, comment and subscribe, and to each their own, guys.